Okay, let's now create our function and move to our terminal, and let's minimize the size and Control Shift P to remove sidebar. So I will remove sidebar. Okay, and display to none. Save it. Refresh. So it will be removed. Okay. So here in a select field, so we will create on change. It's a JavaScript function on change. So on change we will get a name method get zones, and so dollar this dot value. So this dot value will be get on change, and this is the select field is nominating its ID and name is country. So this will be this select field and its value is this option. So its option is we have a list of countries and we are giving ID. We need a country ID. On the basis of country ID, we will pull the database country from database, the country zone. So if Afghanistan and country is Afghanistan, its country ID is 1. So 1 we will put from its, and we will send this through AJAX request to our database, and database we will create a function that will get this I on the basis of this ID it will get the zones related to that country. Okay, this is, so this refer to this select, and this select is its value is under this options. If we go down now and remember that, let me pull the sidebar. Let's close this public. I want to show where it is. Views, close this layout. So in a partials, so let's show you the main layouts. So remember that we have a yield a script. Why we yield this script? Because on a singular file, so maybe we required a script that will, this script will not use in throughout this application. Only the single page that we have called this script, we will use this script. So we are yielding like the same. We have yield the content, and so we have yield the script. Now this time is, so we will this use this script on only a single file here, this register. Okay, and here we will create a section. Okay, create for that a section which is a script, and under that script we have to end that section also. So we will create a script. Okay, Jquery function start with dollar. We know that, and we call our ID which is loader, and we have given in our here. So we have given ID to our image loader. So by default we will when this image function is called, so we will show that loader, and we can check our jQuery and JavaScript is working or not. Okay, let me check in our register, refresh the register page. Okay, on change, okay, on change, and it will show. Okay, it's not displaying yet. Okay, we will set it later if it is not. Let's pull our create a function get zone, and okay, sorry, why it is not getting, because we have not creating a function first. Function get zones, and in that zone we have a select country field ID. So we'll get loader dot show. Okay, get zones. So we have a get zone, and we are giving its value ID, and we are showing the loader spinner. And one more time check if it is working. If if not, so we will check it. Okay, give it. So uncode reference error get zone is not defined. So it's not getting the function. Okay, we will set it later. First post request, and so we will give auth root URI and get zone. So we will have need to create this auth URI. So we will create shortly. First we have to create the complete request, and we have to given the ID of the country. So this ID of the country and underscore token. So we also need to give token, because the request will, when we send a request to through URI, so Lara will check this authentication for token. So CRSRF token it will check. So we have to check the CRSRF token, and we can send it ID and comma the data that we are setting in this bracket. Okay, token and colon. So give a string, and in the string give the blade syntax CSRF underscore token, and it will create this is a helper method to create a CRS token. So we will send that token, and when the AJAX request is done successful, so we are calling a callback function. So callback function, and just give a e or anything that where you are getting data from your request. So done when the request is successful and have we got data, so we will show it this data, you you can use data word or you can use e. Okay, so we'll show to our id, which is state, and we are embedding the html, so which is in a e. So we are showing the id state. Here is the id state. So under select, and we are showing the which name is id state, and we will show in our option the fields, the data that we are pulling from through AJAX request. So the data will come to AJAX response, in AJAX response. So it will embedded into state. So we will send the HTML response to our AJAX response, AJAX request. Okay, and when we'll show the data, and we have to close the loader, hide the loader. We have an id loader dot, we are using a jQuery method hide to hide the loader when there is a data. Okay, control S. So the function is now created, and the function is undefined. The request is sending when we choose. So we will check it why it is, because maybe our jQuery is not pulling right. So stay tuned. We'll see you in the next video.